Number 1. Oak Island. Oak Island is a small, privately owned island in Nova Scotia, Canada. It is a place for the massive treasure hunting for more than 2 centuries. Everything began in 1795 when a teenage boy, Daniel McGuinness, and his friends found in uninhabited Oak Island a circular depression and started to dig a hole. Soon after they found a layer of flagstones and in the depth of 10 feet a layer of oak logs. After each other 10 feet there was another layer of logs as well as the charcoal and coconut fiber, which was very unusual as the nearest place where coconuts grow is more than 1,000 miles away. The digging continued a couple of years later. When the depth of 90 feet was reached, a stone with mysterious symbols was found. The text was deciphered as 40 feet below, 2 million pounds lie buried. Unfortunately, after removing the stone and oak log platform below it, the excavated hole was flooded by salt water. Later, it was found out that the diggers had triggered a booby trap. It is widely believed that there are several man-made flood tunnels which prevents to get to the treasure. During the following decades, many attempted to retrieve the treasure, but with no success. Because of that, the pit got its name, the Money Pit. The major find was in the gap between the putty layers. A cement vault was discovered. The vault itself was 7 feet high with 7-inch thick walls. Inside the wall, the drill first struck wood, then a void of several inches high and an unknown substance. Next, a layer of soft metal was reached, then almost 3 feet of metal pieces, and then more soft metal. When the drill was brought back up, another twist was added to the whole mystery. Attached to the auger was a small piece of sheepskin parchment with the letters VI, UI, respectively WI. What the parchment is a part of is still in question. Unfortunately, after that the whole pit collapsed. During the 20th century, several excavations were attempted in various places, hoping to avoid the booby-trap flood tunnels. However, every attempt ended with flooding of the hole. The Oak Island is keeping its secret till today. Since 1795, 6 people have died and millions of dollars have been spent to find what is buried there. There are many theories what could be hidden there. The very first theory says there is hidden a treasure of the famous pirate Captain Kidd. The seas near Nova Scotia were full of pirates in the 17th and 18th century, and the pirate treasure is one of the most often mentioned possibilities. Another theory operates the fact that after the dismissing of the Order of Knights Templar, they managed to get away with their treasure firstly to Scotland and then across the ocean to Canada. Many signs of Templar activity support this theory. Some people believe that their treasure could contain some important historical documents as well as the mythical religious artifacts such as the Ark of the Covenant, the Holy Grail, or the golden menorah of the King Solomon. The third most often mentioned theory assumes that on Oak Island the original manuscripts of William Shakespeare plays are hidden, which could prove that their true author is in fact the English philosopher Sir Francis Bacon. Among these theories we can find many others, some of them probable, some of them absolutely crazy. To find it out, we will have to wait. According to the legend, 7 people must die before the island reveals its secret. If you are interested in Oak Island history and want to know more, I highly recommend the History Channel documentary The Curse of Oak Island, which follows the current progress of the most famous treasure hunt ever. Number 2. St. Mary of Zion Church and the Chapel of the Tablet. The Church of St. Mary of Zion was built in Aksum, in the capital of the then kingdom of Aksum in the 4th century AD. Now it is a part of Ethiopia. The church was destroyed and rebuilt several times, and according to the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, it is supposed to contain the Ark of the Covenant. The ark should have been brought there by Menelik I, who received it from his father, the King Solomon. In 1950s, the last Ethiopian king Haile Selassie built a special chapel known as the Chapel of the Tablet, which is adjacent to the old church. The ark was reportedly moved here. If we know that the ark is here, why we cannot see it and visit it? The reason is very simple. The access to the chapel is strictly prohibited, and the only person who can access it is a so-called the guardian of the covenant. This guardian has to stay his whole life in the fenced area of the chapel and cannot leave. Before he dies, he has to choose his successor, one of the monks in Aksum monastery. If he dies suddenly and doesn't manage to choose a new guardian, then the monks choose one of them. It is also said that the guardians live much shorter than other monks and they often suffer from blindness. This is associated with the energy radiating from the ark. In 2011, the Patriarch of the Orthodox Church, who is by the way also restricted from viewing the ark, announced that there is a major leak in the chapel and the roof needs to be fixed. As this requires massive renovations and also the access of the workers, it was decided to build a temporary chapel next to this one and move the ark here. Now we are getting to the point. The measurements of the ark are known from the Bible, and according to them, we can be pretty sure that the guardian himself is not able to move the ark alone. He will need help, which means the breaking of the rule. How everything was solved is unknown. Almost 6 years have passed from this announcement, but unfortunately there are any news about neither about the moving of the ark nor about the reconstruction of the chapel. Number 3. Kurupira. Kurupira is the most mysterious and probably the most controversial place in our list, as there are no existent photographs of this place and some researchers claim it has been also removed from the maps and also from the Google Maps. Kurupira is located at the border of Brazil and Venezuela in the deep Amazonian rainforest at the height of 3,400 feet above sea level. Kurupira is a meseta or so-called table mountain, the mountain with a flat top and very steep, almost vertical walls. Kurupira inspired also the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle when writing the famous novel The Lost World. One of the researchers who have been interested in Kurupira at most is the Czech cryptozoologist Jaroslav Mareš, who organized an unsuccessful expedition and climb on Kurupira. The next attempt was planned for 2004, however soon before it can be realized, the Brazilian government closed the whole area, restricting the access to everyone, including the renowned scientists. To defend this, they claimed the whole area as national park. Similar steps have also been made by the government of Venezuela. The reason for this everything is the protection of the Indian tribe of Vaiki. However, the Vaikis live several miles from Kurupira and therefore the reason is not very credible. Moreover to this, a no-fly zone was declared above Kurupira and it is said that planes flying there are shot down and justified with the ongoing war against the drug dealers who smuggle the drugs into and out of the country. Another interesting fact is the abandonment of the huge highway project called Perimetral Norte not long after the closure of the area. Perimetral Norte was supposed to be a highway crossing the Amazonian rainforest from south to north and passing by Kurupira in a distance of 100 kilometers, 62 miles. The theories for all of this varies from the logical ones to pure fantastic. The more probable ones mention the new site for gold and gemstones or the creation of the military base. The ones which can be considered as the pure fantasy contain UFO sightings, the gaze to another dimensions, and others. Moreover, the name Kurupira is the name of the monster from the local mythology, and also the Indians have a big respect of the mountain. But the most popular theory of what is hidden on Kurupira is something else. Many contend that some of prehistoric animals and plants can still live and grow here. One of them could be a plesiosaurus, a huge officially extinct reptile whose appearance is reported from various locations in the world. This is also supported by stories of mysterious animals that just resemble the plesiosaurus and which according to the local tribes can be seen in the vicinity of Kurupira. Also the story of the Latvian traveler Alexander Laime who climbed to another table mountain in Brazil and saw the animals similar to plesiosaurus could mean that this theory is true. But unless some expedition gets there and brings the evidence, everything is just a theory. So we can just hope that once we find out the truth. Number 4. The White Pyramid of Shian. The Chinese pyramids have been discovered for the Western world much later than the ones in Egypt or the Central America. For the first time they were described by two travel agents Fred Meyer Schroeder and Oscar Memman in 1912. They stated the biggest one is 1000 feet tall, which would make it twice as large as the Cheops pyramid in Egypt. The next time we hear about it is in 1945 when the pilot James Gossman flew above the area several times and saw the huge pyramid below him. Later he described it. I banked to avoid a mountain and we came out over a level valley. Directly below was a gigantic white pyramid. It looked like something out of a fairy tale. It was encased in shimmering white. This could have been metal or some sort of stone. It was pure white on all sides. The remarkable thing was the capstone, a huge piece of jewel-like material that could have been crystal. There was no way we could have landed, although we wanted to. We were struck by the immensity of the thing. Fortunately, he managed to take a photo which became the only evidence of the pyramids for a long period of time. When the Chinese government has been asked about its existence, they denied the existence of any pyramid in China, and as the explanation they stated that the pilot was confused and in fact he saw only pagodas. This was of course confirmed as wrong. If you check the satellite maps of the area, you will find plenty of pyramids spread around the city of Shian. However, any of them is so big as described. The far more biggest one, so-called Maolin Mausoleum, is just 100 feet high with measuring around 720 times 720 feet. Comparing the old photo and the satellite pictures, it has been proven that it is the one which James Gossman saw from the plane. The wrongly estimated height and dimensions could be caused by optical conditions, and the white color could be just the reflection of the sunlight. Other people compare the White Pyramid with the tomb of the first Chinese emperor, Qin Shi Huang. Although the tomb, which is also built in the shape of the pyramid with the flat top, is not the one seen by Gossman, but maybe it is far more interesting, same as the emperor, who is supposed to be buried here. Qin Shi Huang lived from 259 until 210 BC, and among other things began the building of the Great Wall of China, standardized the weights and measures, created the currency and written language, but also let build the famous Terracotta Army, which is also located several miles away. According to ancient historians, 700,000 workers were building the pyramid for 200 years, and those who knew the location of the entrance were entombed alive. Then the grass and trees were planted on the pyramid in order to give it a natural look. This is also typical for many smaller pyramids here. We know about the pyramids quite much, but at the same time almost nothing. The exploration of the pyramids was forbidden by Chinese government until 2015. They want to keep it for next generations, hoping the technical knowledge and possibilities would allow to explore the pyramids without the threat of damaging what is hidden there. To find it out, we have to wait couple more years. Number 5. The Vatican Archives. Archivum Secretum Apostolicum Vaticanum. This is the official name of the place which houses the most priceless documents and books related to the Catholic Church. Many believe the archive contains many sensitive acts which could reveal the real truth of the Church. This contributes to the fact the official name contains the word secretum. This is however misleading because the real meaning of this word is private, derived from the word secretary. And indeed it is private. Officially all the content of the archives is owned by the Pope, and only he can decide which documents can be opened and which not. The oldest document according to the website is dated to the 8th century. Since then the Church accumulated so many documents that the length of the shelves is 85 kilometers or 53 miles. The modern history of the archives started to be written in 1817, when the content was brought back to the Vatican from France. In 1883, the Pope Leo XIII opened the archives dated 1815 and earlier. Then every Pope decides to open the newer documents, but usually it is after 75 years. Nowadays, the Pope Francis is considering to open the archives related to the Pope Pius XII, whose pontificate was during the World War II and who was often accused with cooperating with Nazis. So, if the archives are open, why we cannot go there and just see what is there? The access is strictly limited. The access card is given only to high-educated scholars who need to apply for the access and provide the introductory letter from any recognized institute or highly qualified historian. And even if you are granted the access, it doesn't mean you can freely take what you want. And now we are getting to the point. If you want to see some document, you need to ask in advance and you need to ask for the exact document. So you need to know it actually exists. Moreover, the catalogs cannot be taken outside and cannot be published. Therefore, much of the content is still really a secret. Although we know the content of many interesting documents from the history, it could be very easy to hide anything here, and also much information from seemingly open documents are hidden from public just because of the limited access and maybe the fact that no one knows it is there, for no one has asked for that document yet. To confirm that it is really almost impossible to get to the archives, I need to say that even the cardinals are prohibited to enter, and it is unknown if the Pope has the access or not. Actually, there are only 4 people who have unlimited access: the archivist or the librarian, former archivists, and the prefect of the archive. There is also only one entrance from the library, and it is guarded 24/7 by Swiss guards. Hope you liked the video, please subscribe and comment the secret of which place you would like to uncover the most.